today we're gonna learn how to make these really cool chain animations, kind of like this, kind of like this. Yeah, so we're gonna learn how to do something like that. Should be a pretty quick tutorial, so let's jump right into it. Skull model is gonna be linked in the description, and this whole animation is gonna be done in EVEE. So that's a plus because I have a shitty computer, and we like doing stuff very optimized for shitty computers. So EVEE, let's go ahead and turn on all these settings. You know you're gonna need them. And then let's go ahead and, so one thing I wanna do is add some spikes to this skull, kind of give it more of like a punkish look. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna add a spike, so I'm gonna hide this right now. And you're gonna add a cone. And then I wanna make it kind of tall and skinny. So I don't want that many vertices, just for optimization. We love that. And then let's do this. Yeah, let's make this skinny. All right, looks pretty good. And then we're gonna bring this up a little bit. And then we're gonna grab this face. We're gonna inset it with I, bring it in, and extrude it with E, bring it down. I guess this is a cool little spike. And then just to kind of make it look a little bit less harsh, get rid of that CG harshness, we're gonna go ahead and bevel it. So we're gonna grab this edge. You can grab the edge with Option or Alt, clicking it, and then bevel. I'm sorry, I'm a Mac user, so if you're on Mac, it's gonna be Command. It's on Windows, it's gonna be whatever the Windows command is. I'm pretty sure it'd be the right control, I'm not sure. Go ahead and bevel the sides. Bevel this side. Looks pretty good. Then we're gonna go ahead and shade it smooth. We're gonna bring in that skull again. We're gonna put it on top. It's a good size. Come on. Yeah. Let's do this. And then I'm gonna duplicate it with Option D. And then rotate it on this end. Option D, rotate it on the Z-axis 180 degrees. Let's put that right there. And then, do I like that placement? Yeah, that's pretty sick. All right, so let's put some behind. Give them kind of a mohawk look. So let's grab that, rotate it. Simple, simple. And then we're gonna grab these two. Option, grab it, send them back. Start rotating them on this axis. Bringing them down. And bringing them forward. I want to rotate some more. Let's manually rotate. RZ, let's go like that. And I kind of want to like something like this. Again, so just experiment with whatever you think looks cool. Your render's probably not gonna look exactly like mine. It's hard for me to even repeat my own renders, so it's all about the creativity. I don't know why I said that. I was kind of. Oh god, this is looking horrible. All right, let me. We'll come right back once I get this placement right. All right, after some fiddling, I finally got it to how I like it. Once you have your spikes, how you like them, go ahead and press A, then join them. Actually, and then let's make sure we're joining it to the skull. So deselect the skull, click it again, Command join. So now that they're joined, let's go ahead and actually make the chain for it. Should be pretty simple. So let's go ahead and hide this. Let's grab a torus. We're going to the top view, and we're gonna go to vertices. We're gonna grab these. Oh, make sure you're in wireframe. grab these. Go ahead and just pull them out. Just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and Option D, and then just rotate on the x-axis. Oh, rotate on the y-axis, sorry. Oh. Option D, rotate on the y90. Bring them forward. A little close. Just like that, we're very close to finishing up. Now that we have these chains going, let's go ahead and bring in the skull. Let's bring this up. Let's rotate X on the 90, or 90 on the X. Bring this up to wherever you want it to connect. If you want it to go a little bit through the spike, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna make mine smaller. I think through the spike. Yeah, I'm gonna do it right up on the tip of the spike. And then let's make sure it's lining up to the spike. So on the other view, bring this back. All right. So let's go ahead and duplicate these a few times. So Option D, Option D. That's pretty good, I think. Might do one more link. All right, and now that you have the link, this is now the fun part starts. So let's go ahead and we're gonna add a rigid body constraint to all of these. So rigid body, but this one we're gonna set to passive, which is basically gonna anchor everything down. This is gonna be active, the rest are gonna be active. So go ahead and apply that to all your chains. And then, oh, one thing I forgot to do was, once you send them all to active, go ahead and make sure you set it to mesh. All these to mesh. I don't know why that's an issue. I don't know why it's not set to that by default, but that'll definitely help it not to break. If it does anything weird, just experiment with like moving it up or down. Yeah, that should be pretty good. Let's go ahead and parent this skull to the last link. And we're getting pretty close to the end. We're getting pretty close to the final result now that we've parented the skull to the actual link. One thing I like to do is grab this and just rotate it a little bit. And that way, once gravity kicks in, it gives you a nice little animation. And there you go, you have a little bit of a chain animation. Mine's a little janky, so one thing you can try to do is add more links and it'll give it a cooler effect. So now that we have the chain going, let's go ahead and talk about the material. But before we do that, let's set up a camera where we want it to be. So camera, let's pull this back. For these sort of animations, I like to do a really long lens. Get some depth of field going. So I'm gonna push this back. I'm just gonna grab it. Push it back to right here. Go to camera view. To like 150. Keep pushing it back. And then have a really cool chain animation. But let's talk about the materials. So a really cool metal material you can do is go into your shader tab, into the shader view, and let's go ahead and drop the roughness all the way down, metallic all the way up. Already that's pretty cool, you could probably get away with that. But if you really want to take it to the next level, go ahead and grab a Musgrave texture, run that through the roughness. Once you plug in the Musgrave texture into the roughness, you'll start getting some splotches. If you bring the scale up, you can see a little bit more. What will really make this look cool is bring the detail up and then bring the dimension down. That's gonna give it a dirty look. And already that's a pretty cool texture. You could probably leave it at that. If you wanted to, you could run a noise texture and then run it through a normal map, and then run the normal map through strength and normal. Is that right? Yeah. So just like that, you have a really cool texture, and then you can go ahead and apply it to the rest of this, to the rest of these meshes. Yeah, just like that, we got some chains. And then one thing we're missing is lights. So if you go ahead and, what I like to do is just start off in a black world and start adding some lights, whatever you think would look cool. I think a really cool effect is side lighting stuff. So go ahead and make it big light off onto the side. Crank it up to like 100. Do another one. Put it on the bottom. Make that big. And then already we're starting to get a really cool look going. Another thing I did for my animation was I just grabbed this mesh. You can go ahead and grab the mesh, and then it's going to apply all the modifiers once you duplicate it. So I did Option D, bring it back, go ahead and rotate it a different direction. And just like that, you have another little scully chain. We can rotate the lighting as well. See what that looks like. It's looking pretty darn cool. Yep. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any suggestions for any other tutorials, go ahead and drop them in the comment. And if you made it all the way this far, go ahead and post it on Instagram and tag me. Peace.